It's time for business news with Richard Southern. And Richard, Canada's biggest coffee chain is trying to go green, but that's easier said than done.
Sure is, Erica. Hello to you. Tim Hortons, they sell hundreds of millions of coffees every year, right? But that equates to hundreds of millions of the paper coffee cups being thrown into landfills. Just last year, Greenpeace named Tim Hortons as one of its top polluters because of all those cups. But the company says this is going to change eventually. Timmy's is eyeing a reusable cup future. So says the COO of the company, Duncan Fulton. Take a look.
Right now, we're looking at cup variations that will improve the recyclability of cups, make them more compostable. But in addition to that, the single best solve is a reusable cup. And the biggest barrier to a reusable cup is consumer behavior. And I think one way to look at it is there was a time when smoking was cool and then it wasn't. And there was a time where no one wore seatbelts and then they did. In our future, there will be a generation that could not imagine using and throwing away a cup.
He says that reusable cup is probably a few years off, but you got to think he's right, Erica, right? You got to change that consumer behavior. And, maybe there'll be a day not too far from now when everyone will be bringing their reusable cup to the coffee shop.
Yeah, I mean, similar to grocery stores, a lot of people bring their own bags at the grocery store. So it's not, far off to think that they'll bring their own cup as well.
It's a good point. We don't really miss those plastic bags so much anymore.
Okay, and Tim Hortons is huge here in Canada, but a popular British sandwich and coffee chain is about to cross the pond.
Yeah, you know it if you've ever traveled to London, Eric, or some other European destinations. Pret a Manger, a very popular sandwich chain over in Europe. It has more than 400 outlets in the United Kingdom, locations in Switzerland and Brussels and what have you. Pret a Manger translates into ready to eat. It's basically a gourmet coffee shop that sells a wide selection of pre-made sandwiches, salads, and wraps. It's dipping its toe into the Canadian market. A&W, the burger chain, they're going to start selling Pret items in select stores. And if that pilot is successful, A&W will get the exclusive franchise rights to open Pret a Manger stores here in Canada. You might think, Erica, boy, we got a lot of coffee and donut shops in Canada. Can this be successful? I talked to some food service experts today, and they say it might be. Canadians, we drink among the most coffee in the world, so there's always room for another competitor in the marketplace.
Yeah, we always love trying new coffee, too. Okay,
100%.
And finally, millions of Canadians have been priced out of the real estate market, but others are turning to a different type of bank for help, Richard.
The bank of mom and dad, Erica. Give that bank a dingle and on the phone and see if they got any money for you. A lot of young Canadians are. A new report from CIBC finds that parents gave their kids this year more than $10 billion for down payments to buy a home. On average, the average parent in Canada gave their kid $82,000 to buy a home for the first time as far as a down payment was concerned. That balloons, though, to an average of $130,000 in Toronto and almost $200,000 in Vancouver. Analysts at CIBC say it's clear this issue is actually impacting house demand and therefore housing prices. Though CIBC points out that a down payment gift from your parents isn't a new phenomenon. Close to 20% of first-time home buyers received help in 2015. Back then, though, the amount was $52,000. So mom and dad, they're giving out a lot more as home prices across Canada skyrocket. I got to call my mom, Eric. I didn't get my $130,000. I got to give her a call.
She's not going to answer your calls, Richard. Okay, that's business editor Richard Southern. Thanks, Richard.
Thanks.